Ready or not, we are starting.
Yes, I told you I'd still be supporting you on hiatus, didn't I?
Hi, Flower. Hi, Pie.
No, Flower and Boy.
Yes, 2 Flower. Sorry, I didn't think I need to clarify. I didn't think there was a 3 Flower around. Unless there is, and I didn't know about it. How have you been?
Yeah, how are you guys?
See, it does have the load thing, but we probably want to go from the beginning. Woo! I'm terrible! You know what? That's fine. That's same. That's a mood. I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, how's recovery going?
So you get my Bezos bucks every month.
Oh.
Well, we all got to see all about that, I guess. I mean, I didn't actually look at the leak, but I heard about it. I've been nauseous for a week. Recovery is time consuming.
Time consuming.
Yeah. I just had a post-op appointment today for surgery from 2 weeks ago, but it's a lot more minor of one, I think.
I just found out my car was a total loss.
Oh, hello.
Hello. And hello, Magic.
Your poor car. Rip.
Which,
Rip in peace.
Which I found out.
The Sharkmobile has died.
I had not even had it for a year when the incident happened. I had it like, I think it was like a week later or like 10 days later or something like that. It would have been a year of me having the car. So, rip.
I should make sure. Let's see.
Yes, the incident,
which
makes it sound like it was like some horrific. No, it got flooded in a giant massive storm.
The incident. Very ominous. The incident
coast.
makes it sound appropriate for the Sharkmobile, you know? And we want to hear the new voices, so in the future we'll probably turn off dialogue, but for now...
Yeah, you won't have to hear me sound like... Oh wait, I have to still sound like Iris.
You still have to read some lines. It's not like this game is fully voiced.
Not yet.
Hey, do you want a fun flower, Anna, to get it fully voiced? I don't know, that might be asking a lot.
Just mod the voices in.
I think you still have to pay them.
Hello, and welcome to Arcade Spirits, the new challengers.
It was $250,000. Oof. That...
Look, if I had the Bezos bucks, I would. But if I had the Bezos bucks, I wouldn't have to worry about my car.
So the next charity case for our next Twitch payment is going to you? Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
Yeah, it's a charity project.
I don't want people to be giving me money.
I don't actually intend to give it to you. We said it's going to be going to charity, and I will send it to actually to charity.
Good. I would.
No matter how much of a charity case you become.
Shut up.
Oh, what's that? Open up my bank app and send the money to you? Because I have your phone number? What's that? Is that what I heard? That sounds like what I heard.
No, you did not. No. Stop lying. My name is Iris, your personal digital assistant. I'll be your guide to the world of 20XX, an alternate timeline where arcades never went away.
I'll gladly help crowdfund a new Sharkmobile. Hopefully you just get a nice insurance payout.
I am just hoping for more than what I paid, because apparently used car prices have gone up, just the price of them have gone up due to shortages and other stuff.
Yeah,
and I paid
global supply chain issues stuff from COVID. Yep.
And I paid less than market price for it to begin with. I think like $2,000 under market price or something like that. So like,
that's the benefit of getting it through a friend.
Yeah, because the deal was I paid off their loan and I get the car.
Which is a pretty good deal since they'd had the car for a while, right?
Yeah, they had the car for a few years at that point.
Yeah, so they'd already been paying it off.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, okay, well, if I get it either at what market price was when I paid for it or higher, I should have enough for a down payment for a new car. Yeah, it also repairs are going to be next to impossible because, like, getting the pieces of the car that are not functioning will be very hard. So I'm just hoping that I'll find out in a few days, and if it's less than what I like, then an alternate timeline where arcades never went away.
Oh, sorry. This also made me jump, because my brain just goes there, from, missing car parts, to missing parts in general, to arcade games, because we're playing this, which just reminded me yesterday. The movie theater I like to go to, it actually has like a little cluster of arcade games right at the front.
Oh, that's cool.
But I think because of COVID, they haven't been turning them on. It's just like, no, the beep boops are off. I want to play the beep boops.
Beep. Boop.
There are no beep boops anymore.
Boop.
They're just turned off and sad and cold.
Turned off, sad and cold. Such a mood. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone. But before we begin your tale of love, friendship, and arcade competition, let's log in and set up your personal profile.
Ooh. This seems new.
I don't remember.
Oh my god, I love the little whir.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Username, password, checking I am not a robot box. Identify all the fire hydrants. Boy, this is tough for an AI like me to do. And we're in! Loaded up some default metadata, but if I got anything wrong, please feel free to change it however you like. Man, getting back into Iris. I did Iris's voice for a year, and
Q-screen robots as per 90s era dial-up. So we are presumably aces, right?
Aces, spaces, maces. I don't know. Maybe our name will just be Maces.
Oh, right. It was that it should be capitalized, I think.
Oh?
Because they would use this basically as our name.
Yeah.
I think Flower gave us the tip before that it should be capitalized. I believe. I mean, it's been a while.
No, it's reminding me of Pokemon, where it's like, naming things in Pokemon? Who uses lowercase letters? Scream in all uppercase. What is your name? Sharky! Yes. First name Sharky, last name Satan.
Yep. Unless you have something else you'd like it to be.
The Aces.
Yeah, Aces. Our handle. Do I just make some weird amalgamation of the two of us?
I guess. I don't know.
No, it's been a while and I don't remember exactly what your skin tone is, so we're just gonna go.
White.
Oh, are you the palest of the pale?
No, I'm actually.
And which pale?
No. I'm not actually like the palest of the pale.
I'm like, I think you're in the second row. I don't think you're in the first row.
No, I am not. I am not.
It's been a while, but and you know we have had like a lot of staying indoors, but I guess you didn't go out that often in the first place. I didn't think you were the palest of the pale one.
No. I am not. I do have... I am not fully the white. I am just white.
Which is paler than me, but I'd probably be this one. So I guess it's either this one or this one. This is very peachy.
I am not a peach, I can tell you that. And we should be poop because we stink at streaming.
Rude. We no longer use this as our icon, but...
No, we don't.
I mean, the dragon's still kind of holding something similar. That was kind of the point.
Yeah.
So that can still be the one. Wow, the evolution. The first time we did this, like, a demo for this game, we still had the old icon. Wow.
Wait, when did we do the first demo of
I
this?
think it was a little bit before we changed icons and stuff. Because we unveiled all the stuff at Ace Week last year. Also, it's been almost a year of all these art assets.
Yeah, it's been almost a year.
Which hair are you now?
I'm actually still really short.
Which one?
So
This
probably...
one? That's a lot.
No. Fourth row. Probably closer to the left one.
Yeah. I mean,
Because it's the right
in practice,
one,
it seems like a tiny bit is okay. And then we'll.
It's been almost a year of your hit new style. Wait, I have style.
I don't think my hair color is here. My hair color. I still have like a couple strands of this color-ish. Approximately this color. Maybe more like that color. No.
No. Oh no.
Probably a couple.
You too, and it's
Sharks have the coolest style.
You haven't seen me in real life. I have zero style. The most stylish you probably will ever see me is if I actually do a, quote, Professor Sharky cosplay.
You should probably remove the hat. I don't think we want a hat. I don't wear hats. You don't wear hats.
I tried at one point and I never could stick with it. And it didn't feel right.
Oh, is it? You have brown eyes or no? I have brown eyes.
I have hazel eyes, so greenish brown.
What, you want golden eyes?
Golden eye?
Yeah.
When did we become James Bond?
We didn't.
No, I can tell you,
Why we're
dude.
not
You
doing
give
that.
off style vibes. I think your style meter is wrong, Magic. I'm sorry.
It could be some kind of style.
Okay, I've coded all of their stream windows, so many people streaming the demo tonight. Dang.
I'm glad. I'm happy for you. I'm glad to hear that, actually.
Oh yeah. Like, a lot of it's always good to hear closed, not coded. Dang it. I mean, you could have coded the windows.
Maybe you color-coded the tabs.
Wait, can browsers color code tabs? Can you color code tabs in some browsers?
Probably not. I don't know. If you have some fancy Chrome extension, probably.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. Also, I'm on my phone in bed because ow, my knees. Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel that.
No,
I
don't
can
feel
finally sit up and lay down without pain again and stand up. It's great. I'm so glad. It's very exciting.
bad. Laying down without pain was the one reason I liked having my the wisdom teeth out. Don't feel bad about the typos.
Yeah, it's okay.
Heck, even if I was on an actual keyboard, I would probably say the same thing. It's generally not advised to color code, but browsers paying attention to accessibility is a mixed bag.
Yeah, that too. Browsers and devs. Oof, I know that feeling, probably for different reasons. Oh right, we did the ridiculous purple shades before.
Wait, did we?
We did. Should I do it again?
I don't remember.
I feel like maybe we shouldn't do that again, but it was also very entertaining.
Entertainment? What are we, streamers?
Okay. Well, but we both wear glasses sometimes. Me more than you, I guess.
I wear it when driving and when sitting in the living room. Screaming in 508 compliance.
But I am biased, but yes, generally. We apparently didn't do an accessibility review for the page that we just released at work.
Wait, what?
And yeah, like we're supposed to do an accessibility review and it just like fell off everyone's radar apparently. On this one project. So now we're apparently applying for an exception, which we did code in at least like tabbing through a page didn't used to work right. It was a fucking nightmare. Hello, kid! Welcome! Yeah, I was like, great. Well, an exception within our company, not like a real exception thing.
Oh, right, I get it.
But yeah, at my work, we had a new page launch, and apparently it did not undergo our usual accessibility review, but at least, I think most of the devs who worked on the front end at least were pretty accessibility conscious. Like, I know we had a bunch of bug fixes for accessibility stuff, regardless of having done the review or not. So I don't know how much stuff we need to get the company exception for, but still like not a great thing.
I'm trying to think. I think my company doesn't do anything for accessibility. I think the company I work for doesn't do anything related to accessibility.
Yeah, but you don't work on a customer-facing site.
No, I don't.
Ooh, neat. Streaming fronds. Yes, we are fronds of a plant. Because we're ace.
That's an actual word?
What, frond?
Frond? Yeah?
Yeah, like leafy fronds.
I've never heard that word before.
Google it. Are we set with this? Is this sufficient? Actually, I don't like the red and blue together. It feels too patriotic. Just boop. Should I make it a hoodie for you?
I don't wear hoodies anymore.
T-shirt? I don't know. The fuck do you wear?
T-shirt and sadness.
Alright, so a t-shirt.
Except if I actually have to go into like the office, because then it's a polo shirt and sadness.
Well, polo shirt is not an option here.
Good, because polo shirts are sadness.
And I guess we're going all black because I didn't like the red and blue together.
Go for it.
Okay, are they them? Aces, Sharky, Satan. For the Sharky and Satan show. Is it Sharky and Satan show? Is it Satan and Sharky show? It's been a while. Sadness is office wear.
I think sadness is everything wear.
Sadness is wearing your body.
I think you put Sharky first because you said it sounded better.
I do think that alliteration-wise, the Sharky and Satan show beginning with an SH and ending with an SH does kind of roll off better, or like feel more rounded.
I think that was literally your reasoning, yes.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Aces. Oh, gosh, this is exciting. Oh, I'll do everything I can to support your hopes and dreams and fail utterly.
Wait, we have hopes? We have dreams?
What? The last dream I had would probably ended up being a nightmare, so...
The last dream I had, hate raids were like a real life thing instead of a streaming thing. And they were still organized in like secret chat group things or something. And in that dream, my brother and my coworker conspired against me to like commit physical violence on me. Hey! I have great dreams.
I think that was when swatting was a thing. It still is kind of a thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't swatting. It was like literally some people coming into the place to attack with stuff. I just dreams of pizza bagel, and that's a much better dream.
Pizza, 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 think! Oh, but it seems you weren't alone, are you? No, you also have your rival to contend with. Why don't you tell me a bit about them, too?
Oh, right, before you do, I think it was you were the MC and I was the rival.
Yeah, you made
too late!
You made
Oh, we have a full character customizer for this, too. Alright, so the rival's gonna be Aloes.
Sadness for all the Aloes in chat? Question mark?
We can have a friendly rivalry.
AI's dream of electric pizza pickles?
Perhaps.
Poor Marie.
Well?
I don't know. I'm not good with names.
Well...
All them shaking dwarf for all I know.
The opposite of Satan Sharky is Jesus Oxygen Tank. Will you be upset if I name this character something Christian?
Dying.
I'm glad the box expands now.
Yes.
All right, so this is gonna be.
I also like when it just runs off. I also just like it when it runs off.
It was fun when it runs off the box, but I think for Flower's sake, we should be happy that it expands.
I mean, yes, it looks very nice and did a good job. I just find it funny.
You can throw me under the rivalry bus. No.
Oh, I said in Pie Stream today, I'm like, oh, we still need to do like the Aces Pie game thing at some points.
Yeah. There's a lot of things we need to do. We need to organize stuff with Mick too. Yeah, so the opposite of Sharky Satan is Christ Land Animal. Does that sound about right? I was gonna put fish, but you're also a fish. But I figured land animal is sufficient. Unless you want, like, the bird. You're scared of heights. You probably would never be a bird. Christ bird?
Christ bird.
Sorry, maybe it'd be Christ birdie because you're Sharky, not Shark.
Oh, Flower.
Wish I was durable. Oh.
We wish you were durable too. I'm dying.
Pogo stick. You're dying. That's not allowed. Alright, well if we're hearts, then what are they? The other hearts.
Oh, skull and crossbones?
Skull and crossbones. No, that's me.
This
one's me and this one's me.
Cup.
They're both
You
me.
can't be both.
Why not?
Which one am I then?
You?
The poop?
Dice.
How am I dice?
Because you want to go play stuff with Pathfinder Group? I wish for everyone to be
First column
sort of
4
durable.
down. Oh, bird! Literally bird.
True, I guess.
Two Flower will come to your house and cover you in bubble wrap. I guess we should bird. He's birdie.
Well, Pies is biohazard. I'm also half inclined to put the smiley mask thing because I'm like, us? Smile? What?
I smile.
Okay, we'll do the bird.
I smile a lot.
Pie also
on
agrees
the
with bird now.
I smile a lot on the
We'll do the other end of the in between us. And we'll do... Which one is your hair color again? I'm really just making the flip side of
I'm dirty
our
blonde.
fashion. Like
I'm more on the darker side of the dirty blonde.
like that? This? What?
No, that's more.
I don't know. You have to choose one.
Go left. I left. Right. A little more right.
Up, down? Up, down,
Yes,
left,
up, down, left, right. B, A, start. There.
This one?
Yeah, the power of Christ Birdie compels you. Does Christ Birdie take holy craps? Does Christ Birdie take holy craps?
Which one is closest to your eyes? Sorry. Green brown is not an option.
I think I'm more dark green than brown. So yeah, like that.
Okay.
I wish Hazel was always an option, because Hazel's great.
I mean nothing against hazel eyes. I'm just saying it's not an option here.
I know! Don't make me sad. I mean, it's also like, there's no way to like actually get that in this game.
So how long do you think it'll be just between the two character customizers before we get to the meat of the demo? She's just the first to T-pose for dominance. Come to think of it,
oh, good
I
Lord,
did
Flower.
accidentally
Oh, good
give
Flower.
Jesus Birdie almost Jesus hair.
Good Lord, Flower. Calling the cross T-posing for dominance. I don't know how to take this.
I'm so glad I'm not the only heathen here. At least I think. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, we can't change their shirt color.
No.
This one. I guess
I don't know why I show up for streams some
this
days.
is the most like we'll leave the pants. Do you want red pants? Something jeans?
I pick a color.
Now you pick a color, that's the point.
I don't know. Chartreuse.
This is the closest thing to chartreuse.
The ancient debate did Christ own his own hoodie. What? You're not wrong, Two Flower, and that's the thing that gets me. I don't get it. The Christ own his own hoodie? I don't get it. Am I just being dumb?
We'll give our rival the ridiculous glasses. I think that's good. Hat.
Hey, that joke would have killed in the 1400s in Rome.
I mean, 1400s in Rome killed something. Yes,
Killed
wicked
lots
pointy
of-
shades.
1400s in Rome killed lots of things, actually.
Uh-huh. That's my point. Wait, I can't do... I need another color. Hot pink.
Is that hot enough?
I don't know what's hot.
I don't know what's hot.
That's why Aloe has That's why the Aloe's character has We don't know. In fact, we're gonna put hot
didn't
pink.
notice the handle was aloes.
That's literally what I said.
I didn't remember.
It's been like 5 minutes.
I just face palmed.
Alright, I guess Aloes has bright pink clothing for hot. Or something. We're gonna go with that, yeah.
We are not a serious stream channel. Welcome.
We're very serious. What are you talking about? Things heated to 100 degrees Celsius and above are generally considered hot by human standards. True.
Ah, yes, the science child.
True, but if you have a fire that's 100 degrees Celsius, is it still hot? Because that seems pretty cold for a fire.
Well, I mean, it's relative. Like, if you're comparing it to other, like, temperatures of like fire,
as
then
opposed
yes,
to non-human standards, like immortal standards. What are you? Magic's magic. All right.
Interesting. Alice, I can't save the slide.
Sorry, should I have made it just aloe singular?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Breathe in.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Actually, last so I think I told you, I forgot, but last therapy session, at one point, I forget what we were talking about. My therapist was like, are you anxious? I'm like, I'm always anxious. And she's just like,
Surprised you didn't go with Sora and Dort. I mean, if you put out another demo, maybe we will.
And she's like, on a scale of 0 to 5, like 0 being like not anxious at all, and 5 being like the worst anxiety you've ever felt. Like, what are you? I'm like, I'm a 2. I talked to my roommate later. She's like, my roommate's like, you're constantly at a 3. What are you talking about? My therapist is like, okay, let's go over some breathing exercises that may help, because like that's not okay.
Breathing exercise is great.
But like anxiety 24/7. Interesting. So Alice is your rival. Tell me, is this a friendly rivalry or are you hostile towards each other?
I mean, we respect aloes. I don't know that all aloes respect aces, but you know.
Have a good night, Kit.
Have a good night. Thanks for coming by.
I forgot how to breathe! I mean, isn't that just a panic attack?
Is it an anxiety attack or a panic attack? Is the question.
Why not both?
They're different things.
Why not both at once?
I don't know how the brain chemistry works out for that. The aloes in this chat respect us. Aw. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's terrific. It's nice to have a friend. Even if you two are usually on opposite sides of a fight. Just don't punch each other.
Oh, but punching is fun.
Lastly, which version of the demo would you like to play? I've got a long version and a short version. So pick whichever suits your needs.
Well, we're like 40 minutes in. We're clearly doing the long version.
Long version, you
60
mean
minutes, Yep, totally.
Every time we play the game.
Anxiety/panic attacks can genuinely feel like I forgot how to human.
I mean,
Yeah.
Isn't that just every waking moment of the day, though?
You do not have an anxiety/panic attack every waking moment.
No, I don't. More the
would
I
probably
forget how to
actually
human. I don't know how to human. I've never known how to human.
From what I read, I think it was like anxiety attacks are the more sudden, like all-consuming, sudden, like whatever. But not since I've been medicated. No. Everybody, remember to take your meds.
Magic, have you gotten your meds yet? Have you seen a therapist yet?
I mean, I remember Magic said they were making the appointment.
That's what I meant. Have you seen the therapist yet? Pulling out the string child. In progress? Getting the meds or seeing the therapist?
Could be both.
Are you currently seeing your therapist?
I mean, like, if it had to get postponed or anything.
That's true. Okay, I think we're all set. Have fun playing Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. Yes! Gosh dang it, Magic.
The following is a work of fiction. All references to trademarked classic arcade games titles are used under nominative fair use and should not be considered an endorsement by their publishers or creators. For content warnings, see arcadespirits.com/CW.
I had to call my doctor to be like, why won't the pharmacy refill my meds? And she called back to be like, yeah, I have no idea. Neither do they. They'll be ready in the morning. Sorry.
Womp.
EQ presents.
Created by. Written by.
Yeah, written by the flowers and the Ennas.
Well, the two flower and the one Enna. I don't know that there are multiple Ennas here. Clerical error, best we can tell. Yeah, I mean, I also had to, like, hit up Walgreens, like, 2 days after my surgery when I still very much was not supposed to be out and about and, like, go over up the hill to pick up a prescription because they kind of fucked up the prescription that I picked up beforehand where they, like, missed one of the painkillers. 2 entire flower, just 1 Enna.
That's not good.
What?
Like, missing one of the painkillers.
Oh, yeah, it was the narcotic one.
Ah.
But, like, I didn't actually end up taking it
Yeah.
because I, a fool, returned to work the day after surgery.
Ah, yes, the fool.
Yeah, the fool card. You know, 0 in the tarot deck.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Because it's me.
I've known you for too long.
Why is because I had done the design for this project that was due at the end of the month, and I was worried whether it was going to get finished in time, so... Also, my workplace was doing a mental health and neurodiversity panel. Well, okay, to be fair, I say returned to work, but what I mean is I resumed... It was at the very end of a week and a half of PTO that I got the surgery, and then I, like, resumed going out to my living room to open the laptop to work. But I was like, I don't know that I should be, like, working while on a narcotic, so I just kept taking the ibuprofen one. But the project did get finished in time, almost entirely while I was gone, which is good. And the other thing was that I really wanted to be there for that mental health panel because I had helped organize it, and I was scared they were going to fuck it up. Because initially, there was a big risk of the mental health and neurodiversity panel just being about A, self-care, in the very goopification way, or B, all questions relating to work and workplaces and how to succeed in work. And I'm like, this is terrible. Still giving you mom front side. There was an idea to have like a safe space Slack channel during that panel, and I really wanted to be involved in moderating that. And I'm kind of glad I volunteered for it because it didn't end up getting used, but like, I mean, I mentioned it earlier that one of the people on the panel said some really like, wow, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, dude. Comments about their child
Yes,
was
I was about to
struggling
say,
with the
didn't somebody
neurodiversity.
like make comments about
Yeah, where it was like, oh, what are some of the misconceptions and how can we help like combat that from not only your end but for everyone? How can everyone help combat like misconceptions about the neurodiversity stuff that you're dealing with? Since misconceptions about mental illness are a huge issue. Well, the guy answered, it's my son, and it can, because he's not diagnosed, it can be really hard to explain, so we just don't talk about him. And I'm like, wow, that's the wrong answer. That is the incorrect answer, dude.
like, there's so many answers, and you picked the.
There are multiple possible answers here. I do not think it is the worst of the worst answer, because he acknowledged, like, it's not that his son is just lazy. And, like, it's true. That kind of thing can be really hard to talk about, especially, like, yeah, it's draining, trying to explain that to people.
Yeah.
But the answer is not, yeah, we just don't talk about him. He had to drop out of college and lives at home again with us, and he's been unable to get himself to do any of the work or, like, stuff he needs to get done. So he lives with us again, and we're taking care of him and whatnot. And that's a lot to explain, so we just don't talk about him. We just don't bring him up to people. And I'm like, what? Yeah, teacher screaming indeed. I was sitting there listening to that panel like, I'm about to scream.
Way to make your kid feel loved. In one sense, we don't talk about him.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the wrong answer. That is the wrong answer. Especially because we don't talk about him isn't the way to, like, combat misinformation.
It is the way to keep misinformation going, because you're just ignoring
It's just not
the
acknowledging misinformation. It's just, let's just not talk about it. Let's just hide it. Let's just pretend it's not there. Let's just pretend he's not there. That's the wrong answer! Who's narrating?
I don't know who's doing narrator.
I don't know, I don't remember. From as far back as I can remember, my dreams were always ones of victory. The roar of the crowd, the gleam of gold, the pulse-pounding action, struggling against all odds to reach the very top. Like no one ever was.
No one ever was.
Achievement. To catch them all. Recognition. Triumph. Over the Elite Four. When you're young, you don't put much thought as to why you crave victory. You just do.
No, screw triumphing over the Elite Four. I just want to beat, like, the rival. Screw the rival.
Sorry, we put the friendly interaction with the rival.
Yeah, some of those rivals may be friendly, but still, screw them. I want to beat them.
That's sounding a lot more like a hostile rivalry to me.
Hey, I'm
like, did I ever have a rival? I don't think I've ever had a rival.
No, I know for a fact I've never had a rival.
Short of one of those situations where someone might have thought of me as a rival, I don't think I've ever had a rival.
Okay, that's not true. Technically, I guess my ex-girlfriend was my rival for a while.
Oh, yeah.
The weirdest
Classic
story.
trope.
No.
You want to be the very best. Like no one ever was.
Stop it with the troping.
My game of choice is Fist of Discomfort 2, the worldwide esports phenomenon. It's a 2-on-2 strategy fighting game, so you need a reliable partner in order to win.
Partners? Who are that? Reliable partners, what's that?
A queer platonic one? Major esports teams, like Play to Win, focus entirely on developing their... I guess they've settled on FOD2.
FOD2?
R2D2?
R2D2?
R2D2 skills? And
R2D2?
that's what I'm looking for. Dedicated players to win the championship with. Now it is the distant future year 20XX. And those dreams of victory are what led me here today, to this unusual little arcade in the middle of the city.
Or is it 20XX plus 5?
Yes. Are you saying it should be 20XXV? Do you enjoy my stupid joke?
Yes. Yes.
I'm glad. My longtime rival, Aloes, just signed on with Team Play to Win, one of the top esports organizations in the world. So naturally, I wanted to find a great team myself. An app on my phone named Iris suggested I come here to Good Clean Fun, a combination pizzeria / laundromat / arcade. She said I'd find a team to help me go for the gold.
My rival is my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend who hates my guts and who I keep forgetting who says things like this. Come on!
Yeah!
Oh,
I hope she's doing okay. Yeah. I don't think I have rivals.
That quote-unquote rivalry really only lasted a few months.
What, yours?
Yeah.
Was that when you started dating?
Yeah. Well, I hope there still wasn't a rivalry after. I don't remember.
That team isn't exactly what I was expecting. The members of Team GCF, for lack of a better name, aren't focused on my game of choice. They're interested in all sorts of other games, too.
Hey, why? They shouldn't be. I mean, why shouldn't they be?
Here, let me introduce them to you. There's Zapper. As the name implies, she's completely into light gun games, blasting away at robots and zombies and zombie robots all day.
Die! Die! Die!
Yeah!
We have voices!
Yeah!
I hate this RNG boss fight. Either send drones in a predictable pattern, or don't bother sending them at all. I mean, can you believe this shit? It's 20, and game designers are still relying on quarter-munching RNG in their games.
Voices! Oh my god, I'm hearing voices.
I mean, I always hear voices. Is that a problem?
Only if they're disembodied.
They're not.
In that case, I think people are just talking to you. Although technically, I guess we don't see each other right now, so I suppose we're both disembodied voices to each other right now.
I am a ghost. I am the ghost. I am the box ghost!
You're the one who doesn't believe in ghosts. Though I suppose you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah!
You should believe in yourself.
No.
You're both disembodied voices to me.
Oh, I am the box ghost.
It's fine. I'm just a demon. It's fine.
I am just apparently a shark, and I'm forever just going to be a shark, I guess, because that's part of my personality.
A cartoon shark, to be specific. You're not a real shark. You're a cartoon shark.
Yes, and I've linked the song and yada yada yada. If you want to listen, check the Discord because the song's in there. It's called Sharky Life Forever.
Or search it on YouTube.
Or search it on YouTube. It's by I don't even remember what the band was called. It's like Sharky or something?
It's Sharky.
It's like something like that. It's
With
weird.
the song Sharky Life Forever, yes.
Hey Zapper, how's gunslinging going?
I think it was off some old cartoon thing. I hadn't really heard of it, but...
Not as awesome as I'd
Was
like.
it a cartoon?
Kind of boring, honestly. But I need to get some training in for a freestyle competition coming up next month. You know, get my twirls and swooshes and quick draws nice and perfect.
Oh, good lord.
Wingaling Sharky. But where's Wingdings Sharky? What does Sharky look like when written out in Wingdings?
Oh, good lord. This isn't something that I needed to know. Sharky
70s rock album cover Sharky.
is a musical rock band who participated in Series 14 of Britain's Got Talent. They sang the original song Bring the Rock. apparently.
Bring the Rock Johnson? We're bringing him?
Yes, bring... The song, however, seemed to be a parody of Mr. Brightside at certain points.
Really?
Apparently.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, so this isn't a cartoon thing. Like, this is actually people dressed up in shark costumes.
I know there's, like, cartoony...
Like, the album
things,
cover's
though.
cartoony.
I don't know. Anyway, read your one.
So, hey, maybe take a break and play some Fist of Discomfort 2 with me instead?
Hey, you know I'm down. Give me a few minutes to finish this level and I'll be right there alongside you, delivering beatdowns and one-liners.
What would 70s rock album cover Sharky look like?
The rainbow wings that Pi just put?
Would I be ascending into heaven? Thanks, Zapper.
Do you really want me to answer that?
Either thing, yes or no, it's going to end badly for me, isn't it?
Okay, that's one. Let's see if I can get the rest on board. The next might be a bit trickier. Rhapsody is our team's Fist of Discomfort 2 expert. They routinely post videos and blogs analyzing the game, breaking down tactics. A perfect option. Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Sharky.
Ascending into the gayest heaven ever, but I'm not gay.
Just Ace. Okay, the queerest heaven ever.
Hey, Rhapsody. Interested in, actually playing some FOD2 instead of just talking FOD2, maybe?
I just
Whatever
realized
it is.
that with this hair, we can see where the glasses should extend to the ears, but
Yes.
they're actually just floating.
Yeah.
Which would be ideal, honestly. Be gay, do heavenly crimes! So, crimes against God. I can do that.
Oh. Wouldn't that be hell crimes? Wouldn't that be hell crimes?
No, crimes in hell are probably more along the lines of, praying. Though I suppose, using the name of the Lord might be a crime in both heaven and
With
hell.
God.
No, if I ever meet God, I'm punching him in the face.
I said that to a person. I was talking with when I was with my Pathfinder group the last time I went, like a few weeks ago, and we were talking about one of their father is like rediscovering his faith and stuff like that, and I forget how exactly it came up. I'm like, yes. Oh no, she was talking about her own like beliefs. So I'm like, yes, I have a friend, the friend who I stream with, their belief is if God exists, like he should be worried because I'm gonna fight him.
If God exists, he better start running.
That is totally down to feeding some cop cars with you. I mean, Jesus and overturning the money changers in the temple, sat down and created a whip. Jesus, what are you doing? There's crimes going on. Why are you creating a whip? There's crimes going on.
So what you're telling me is Jesus is a vigilante. In other words, Jesus is Batman.
It's Batman.
Can you give me like 20 minutes? I'm reviewing some combo videos that just dropped, which totally destroy the current meta.
Ooh. I like this voice for Rhapsody.
Well, okay. So in a few minutes then?
You can't rush these things. I'll need to spend more time breaking it down frame by frame first. Be with you soon.
Hey,
Jesus, what
you making there? It's a surprise tool that will help us later.
Like, he had to leave the temple after seeing it, get the stuff to make a whip, braid the whip together, and then go back. Now that's effort.
Assuming Rhapsody doesn't get lost in analysis. But Domino, maybe he'd be interested in starting right away?
Yes, what are you doing? There's crimes afoot. Yeah, but why are you making a lip? Did I stutter about the crimes?
Don't forget, crimes are determined, or what is a crime is determined by people in power.
Which is why moneylenders were allowed in the temple.
Domino plays bullet hell shoot 'em ups, the kind of games that need intense reflexes and good instincts. As I approach, she's in the middle of avoiding 9,591 glowing pink plasma balls. Oh, I was excited for this one! Wait!
The fact that we can count that many glowing pink plasma balls is amazing. And
IMC has some great counting powers. That's their superpower.
yes.
Wait, I was excited! I'm so hyped to hear Domino's voice.
Let's go. Hey, Domino.
I'm so excited you got, fuck, what's his... I don't actually know his name, but I'm so excited you got him! When a problem comes along, you must whip it. Do you also have to bop it?
Pop it. Pull it. Who does Domino's voice?
And that's when the screen fills with a giant explosion and the words game over.
The inevitability of a game over. Some days you get the radioactive mutant space bear, and some days the radioactive mutant space bear gets you, I suppose. But in the end, it's always the bear. Oh, hey, it's you. Come to embrace the absolute void of space and the futility of a fight you can't win? Crushing doom can be yours for one measly quarter.
Another time? How about some FOD2 instead?
You're very insistent about this FOD2 dream, aren't you? I'm curious as to what your goals were in coming here.
I just want to play FOD2. That's all.
Well, good for you. It's nice to want things. I'll join in the fray. But first, I'm off to the bathroom. I've been holding it so long my back teeth are floating. Later.
That's not healthy.
Probably not. Okay. Next candidate. Ooh, I want to hear her voice too. Jinx is the arcade's driving game expert. She's usually found drifting around corners in Fast Car 7 at impossible speed. One of the FC7 cabinets has been specially adapted for her disability.
Oh.
Hand controls instead of foot pedals to give her joints a rest.
Okay. I was looking up who did Domino's voice.
Yeah. Domino, my dude, that's how you get a UTI. Don't do that. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He's great. I was so excited when I saw that announcement.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Good voice.
And I'm excited
Good
to hear
voice.
Jinx's.
Yeah. Hey, Jinx. I was wondering... Yeah, Pro ZD. I was wondering... No, never mind. You're clearly busy.
Wanted to play some FOD too, huh?
That was the plan, yeah. Everybody's a bit occupied and you're in the middle of a race, so...
Still, worth asking. Don't assume things. You're part of this crew now, so we'll make time when we can. Got a busy afternoon ahead, but I can sneak some team practice in. Give me 30 to rest my wrists a bit, and I'll be good to go. Deal?
Good voice. Good voice. Deal.
Okay, it's start. If I can get the last two on board, we'll really have something.
And just think, that could have been Satan. Nothing?
No, it should be the person who got it. Because, like, she also has an actual disability, right?
Yeah.
I just haven't seen a doctor when I should have.
That's expensive.
Yeah, well, more than that. It's at this point it's been, how to find a doctor when there's a pandemic and none of the doctors want to take new patients.
I am so sad that
You're both great in your own ways. Wait, what? Yeah, that's the icing on the cake, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I remember you mentioned, like, people were saying, oh, it should be someone who is Chinese and has a disability. And you hadn't
you're
specifically limited it to also having a disability. But it works out that it is, so
yeah.
that's really cool.
I am so sad Molly is not selling the pins for those dragons anymore on her site.
Hmm?
Like the little dragons. Molly? Jackface.
Yes, Molly?
Yeah, she used to sell those pins on her site.
Which pins? These?
Of the dragons, yeah.
The claw?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I was going to get a few of them and give them to some of my Pathfinder group for their classes, and no longer sells them anymore.
I like this one. It's really cute.
Oh, it's just so adorable. I was
mean-
like, no, I was just about to buy them too.
I wonder if they'd bring them back if you asked really nicely.
I doubt it.
I don't know how the production on it
Yeah,
works out,
exactly.
but, like, if it's not too difficult, I mean, it doesn't necessarily hurt to ask. Maybe you should join the Patreon first.
Prize.
Loxley is the
Prize.
arcade's ticket and prize game expert. He's mastered the art of liberating kitty toys from redemption games. And after obtaining a stuffed dragon from Good Clean Fun's crane game, he pops open the lock on the case and puts it back on top.
Catch and release, yes?
What?
It's good to stay in practice. Keep the skills sharp. But no need to deprive a young one of a toy they might enjoy in the process. So the owners gave me the key to the machine, allowing me to put my catches back in there. It's only fair.
Great voice for Loxley. Join Molly's Patreon! Postcard tier is so worth it!
If I had the money.
How much is it?
I don't know. I would have to,
I'm only subscribed to a few people's Patreons.
I am subscribed to 0 Patreons.
I mean,
Postcard,
one is
$10.
someone I know personally from, like, real life, so
$10 a month. That's actually not that bad.
it's not that bad.
I only unleash my full talent upon corrupt and unjust arcades, such as the Palace. This arcade is sacred ground in comparison. But enough of that. Did I hear just now you're putting together a practice match?
Yeah, I am. It's a bit delayed, but it seems to be happening.
Then I pledge my sword to your cause. Let me wrap up here, and we shall begin the festivities.
Loxley's so fucking extra, it's great.
Yes. Sad we'll never hear these voices again.
Well, we'll still leave the, like, hmms and all of those, just those not necessarily the lines.
Yeah.
Or technically, we could leave the dialogue ones in, it's just we usually don't. Since
We
I feel
usually
like
voice them ourselves. We get the Ace's voice mod.
it's not a very good mod, that's why it's available for free.
It's not a very good mod. That's why it doesn't work half the time.
That's 5! And finally, Grace Cooper, our resident programming genius. She's working on her own RPG called The Wanderlost Trail. And surprisingly, she also made Iris, my personal assistant app.
Hello, Mother. Please love me.
What?
Hey, Grace.
Mother's love? What?
Gosh dang it, you. We need one more for a FOD2 match. Are you interested?
Oh, hello. Certainly, but I've got this weird bug in my game I'm trying to hunt down first. For some reason, it's perpetually spawning wheels of cheese when I try to climb this mountain.
Her voice sounds familiar. Should I know this voice?
I'll
I'll have to go back through the voice announcements.
There's just so much to do before my game is ready for people to play. But I hope it'll be ready soon. Soonish. Eventually. In the future.
Someday. I'm sure you'll figure it out, Mom. You're the best. I love you.
Grace almost fumbles her heavily modified handheld game console on hearing my phone cheerfully chirp at her.
You You don't have to call me Mom, Iris.
But you're my mom.
Her name is
Would you
simply
prefer
Andrea.
Would you prefer a different user designation, Mom? Please love
Anyway,
me.
I'll be with you soon. Promise.
Trying to imagine coding something that then called me mom, and I'm just like, "Ugh." But I'm pretty child averse, so.
Yes, you are.
That's why
I mean-
I'm no longer able to have kids. Woo!
Me being called father is a little like, what?
Well, there's, what? And there's, no.
Yeah.
Iris BRB crying because mommy didn't love me.
Be right back. I need to process my emotions.
How much CPU does that take?
Only as much as Chrome with 2 browsers.
So all of it.
Yes.
Not exactly a thundering wave of enthusiasm. This isn't what I was hoping for when Iris set me up with this team. Aloes is in the big leagues with Team Play to Win, and I'm in, well, a friendly neighborhood gaming club with Spider-Man. It makes me wonder.
Get me picture that Spider-Man. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep. It won't even let me refer to him as the cat's dad, but DateMate has fully embraced it and is self-designated cat daddy.
I'm okay with being like cat mom, but if you drop the cat part, it's like, ugh! No human children. Yeah.
I think it would be fun watching us cry.
Hmm?
The answer. It would be fun watching us cry.
What the?
Yeah.
Cats!
All the cats.
So many cats.
So many cats.
That's not even all the cat emotes. But there's a lot of cat emotes. They're
That's
very
not
cute.
again.
And now there are cats all over our screen, and I'm very glad about it. Baby! So many kitties. Sure. Okay, so training to be a professional team is tough, but it's also fun, you know? Being paid to play video games? Isn't that every kid's dream? There's the
No.
fat baby.
No, my childhood dream was to make the games, not play them for a living. I could never actually imagine being paid to play video games. that feels
Can you
odd.
imagine being paid to make video games?
Right now, no. Because what is getting
Besides, what do you think the game industry is?
paid?
Underpaid, that's what. If
Yeah.
I can get them to see what an amazing ride it'd be to seek championship gold, if I can show them all the upsides, maybe we could get something going. Zapper's always ready for some fun, and Rhapsody enjoys a good time too. Domino's got a wicked sense of humor and might find a certain bent appeal in diving into this. First things first, though, waiting on the team for today's practice. Every journey starts with a single step. But as I'm pondering that first step, someone else steps foot in good, clean fun. Someone unexpected. Someone's unexpected. Four cocky-looking people stand at the entrance to the arcade, smirking at everything, each wearing a flashy gold team jersey.
Holy crap!
Wait a minute. That's Team Play to Win. What are they doing here?
And that's a little more cats. And raccoon.
I was about to say, and a raccoon. There's a raccoon slipped in there.
Look, raccoons are just
Trash pandas.
trash pandas, yes.
But pandas are not cats.
That's
They're
true.
bears.
Moo.
The shark says moo.
The shark says moo. What are you gonna do?
The beefy one of the bunch, I think his handle is Blitz, looks around, clearly unimpressed with what he sees. Raccoons are forbidden, kitties! Last I
mu-
checked, I don't think you want raccoons in your home.
As much as I've like that to me sounds like when somebody says, "Ah, yes, lava, the forbidden honey." And
I'm not supposed to put lava on my pancakes?
no, I think that would burn a hole through your pancakes, and then your plate and the table, and you.
Well, damn. But what if I want a hole burnt through me?
That's not allowed.
That's the goal.
That's not allowed.
That's why they're forbidden!
You're not allowed to die.
Anyway.
Nice broom closet. Where's the arcade?
A woman at his side. Yep, that's Divine. I recognize her from her streams. Lets out a little snicker and stage whispers to him in response. I think this is the arcade, Blitz. It's charming, I suppose. Quaint in a way. Likely popular with the kiddies. A slightly unshaven teammate smirks while rolling his eyes. That'd be Coda, supposedly the brains of the team.
Now, Divine. We're here to have fun and play nice. Let's not be all rude and stuff to the local yokels.
But I ignore those three. Because there's one more who has my complete and undivided attention.
No forbidden honey or kitties for people.
I guess if you're MC, I should be Aloes.
Yeah, say it, the aloe.
What, where?
No, the other Saiyan.
Team chill. We're here to say hello to Ace's new team, so play nice. They're a bit riled up because we just absolutely crushed it in an online tourney. So we wanted to come out and celebrate with you.
You wanted to celebrate your win with me?
I'm very entertained by how much of a stick MC looks like compared to the rival right now.
Ah, yes. Looks like we could literally be broken in half.
Oh, right. This is new, though, because I think last time we did Hostile.
Possibly? I don't Oh, because it was me and you're like, nah, it's hostile. And I'm like, wait, what?
Don't forget, we're also celebrating your acceptance onto this team, too. Look at all of you. You're all so cute.
Giving a Chad meme vibe. Wait, there's a Chad meme?
Yep.
Why is there memes about a guy named Chad?
I guess.
It's...
Are you actually unsure about that?
No.
That's what I thought.
Good to see you, I guess? But...
It's fine. This is Aloes. So if the opposite of Chad is Version, I mean maybe. Depending on what kind of ace. My eyes dart over to the rest of Aloes' team. They've all wandered off around the arcade, laughing and making rude gestures toward the small collection of games.
Why'd you bring them?
Oh, they're harmless.
I think they're harmful.
Aloes waves it off like it's nothing. Sure, they talk a big game, but they're pretty chill. And from all over the arcade, I can see the other team splitting up, looking to hassle my new friends. Certainly plenty of hassle to go around. Oh. Okay, so maybe they're a little overexcited. Let me see if I can do anything about this. We can catch up later. Aloes smiles, looking me in the eyes before turning around and leaving me where I stand. Immediately, the attention in the arcade jacks up to a ridiculous degree. Clearly more than 3.6. I don't remember what this was!
We looked this up last time.
Ronkins of an unstable nuclear situation. Not great, not terrible. Team PDW are quickly finding various ways to cause trouble, antagonizing my new friends, messing with the games, and leaving this damn joke in. That's fine!
No,
There's just every time I'm gonna go, fuck, I don't remember how to say it. But there's a lot of things we don't know how to say, so it's fine.
Yes, it's a Chernobyl joke.
Don't care if our streamer stumbles over. That's fine. We stumble over a lot of things.
I mean,
I support this.
I stumble over my own name.
Besides, are you a real, like, VN streamer if you don't come across at least one word that you're like, fuck, how do I say this word? I don't know. At least once. Or, like, at least 20 times.
I thought it was once every stream.
Yeah, I think once per stream is about, you know, solid.
And there's 2 of us, so, like, both of us can fill that up.
Either of us.
We can meet the quota easier.
Technically, it should probably be that one of us is more aware of words. But you know, fuck it.
Have you met me?
Yeah, besides, every streamer might stumble over that word. But our stream specifically requires me to jump in to say all of the swears for Sharky because I don't want him just stubbing in bullshit.
Yes. So here's what I need when I eventually get to certain games. I need like a Satan curse word soundboard so that I can just filter in when I'm reading lines from certain games on Professor Sharky.
So you want like 3 different versions of fuck. There's fuck, and there's fuck!
What about all the other ones?
Well, goddamn. I mean, give me the list. I'll happily record you a Satan soundboard.
I just start pasting them in when I'm playing games, so I
mean, you need a macro so that you can just hit the button. And it goes, fuck! Or, fuck! God damn it! Shit! Is that about good? Maybe you can just grab the sound clips from the VODs, actually? If you wanted to do that much editing.
Oh, that'd be so much editing. I could never.
That'd be terrible.
I could never do that. Sharky, I will also volunteer my services as a pre-recorded profanity.
You know, that'd be amazing. It's just a soundboard of random people you know swearing for you.
But like, I'm just imagining it in like the terms of like Professor Sharky of just like me playing a game and like a word coming up and being like, okay, who am I using today?
You should do it randomly. Even if it's the same characters, just different ones.
Different people, so it's just the voice changes.
Yep, exactly.
This is how bad ideas start. Basically, this is how Professor Sharky started, and it's a bad idea.
This is a great idea.
This
Team
is a bad
PW are
idea.
quickly finding various ways to cause trouble, antagonizing friends, messing with the games. The easiest thing to do would be to avoid all this drama and stay on the sidelines. But that's not what friends do. Even if I'm a relatively new friend, less than a day old, I should step in and help where I can. No, this particular swear needs Satan's specific flourish. And sometimes it might need Pie's specific flourish. You could even get your roommate in on it.
My roommate who thinks I have a legitimate problem because I don't say those words.
I'm gonna pretend that's not ableist. Oh, that's a Pie swear if I've ever seen one. Exactly.
He says, let me help. How can a phone app help with playground bullies? I'm keeping my microphone input open and echolocating any trouble you may find around the place. Check out your map and pick a place to go.
Iris is a dolphin. Or maybe Iris is the bat. I guess bats also use echolocation. Wait, am I Iris?
Oh, I guess we need to change voices. Okay, Satan, go.
It's too late.
Well, you said you're Iris. Okay, go.
No, I said am I Iris?
Yeah, okay, so go.
The answer is no, actually. I am not Iris. Unless Iris has taken over my brain.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, you're the one who claims to be a robot.
I'm a lot of things. I'm apparently a robot, goldfish, shark, plant hybrid.
How many people actually call you a plant, though, and how much of it is just you saying that?
It's me. All of it's just me. Literally all of it's just me, except for the shark part.
I mean, I
Literally.
picked up the goldfish thing.
What?
I picked up the goldfish thing.
Yeah, but I'm the one who started it.
You are.
Like, literally, other than
It's
the shark
fine.
part, the rest of it's just
I
me.
assigned you the role of being a shark, and you've assigned me the role of being a bat, even though I don't necessarily agree. Only sometimes.
I'm not the only one who assigned you bat, though.
Yeah, I looked for a second opinion. I also got bat.
So, like, you can't blame me.
Who was it that said I
Only
eat
me.
like a bird?
What?
I'm trying to remember who was it that said I eat like a bird.
Oh, I've said you eat like a bird, you eat like a rabbit, you eat like...
Like a mouse, I think you've compared me to.
Yeah, like, I've compared you to a lot of animals, but you're a bat.
I want to be a crow. Or a raven. But I think I saw that crows are the ones that never forget the people who wronged them.
But I don't think you're going to be able to visit everyone before things boil over. Right, prioritize. Got it. Okay, so what's happening right now?
Well, what's happening right now is that for some reason we appear to be in like a closet or oh no, our rival
The rival's
appears to
in the
be in like
pizzeria.
a closet or something.
No,
or
that's like-
behind
that's a-
the pizza counter? I'm not sure.
I think that's a booth.
That's not a booth.
Oh no, maybe the rival's serving pizza.
When did the rival get a job at Good Clean Fun? Alright, who are we hitting up first?
Need a part-time gig. In this economy, who doesn't?
That theater I like is also hiring, as they put in one of the trailer things. They gave themselves a trailer spot. Rivals taking a moment to chill. Well,
Okay, can they
moving
hire
on,
me?
Good cleaner fun.
That's hard because fun isn't something that we're known for.
What? And good is?
Yeah, neither's good. Which ones did we do last time? I forgot. I know we did Rival and we did Loxley Grays. I forgot what the third one was.
Well, I remember we went to talk with Domino Jenks. So I think this is the
Okay.
one we skipped. So maybe this one?
How dare you are known for both. We're not.
This implies that we're known, and I desire not to be known.
I desire nobody to know I exist.
Off to one side in the laundry zone, I spot a small gathering, Rhapsody and Zapper, as well as the P2W metagame brainiac called Coda.
It sounded like for a second you were going to say PTO.
I think I was gonna say PTW. Well, Coda?
Oh, right, this is me. Were you a member of P2W for like a very short time? I guess you only stayed up on the meta game when you actually had a good team. Everyone knows Tomokaze is headed for Nerf City. It's patently obvious. She's way too flexible, which makes her too powerful. Nearly every major FOD2 team runs at least one, if not several Tomokaze specialists, making the meta so predictable it hurts. Once they nerf her, she'll be as good as gone from the game.
A viable tactic.
Oh no, we have to actually voice.
Yep.
Well.
Uh.
I mean, out of these, I feel like would you rather be Rhapsody or Zapper?
That's a complicated question.
Hmm? I know it's hard because they're both so cool.
I don't think I could do voices for either.
Alright, well, if you're not claiming one, I guess I am.
If I did Zapper, it'd probably sound too much like Ashley.
Possibly.
Which is not fun.
Then do you want to read Rhapsody instead?
No? I don't know how to choose. Decisions are hard. Help.
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 No, only hinder.
I ask for assistance, please.
I give none.
Satan, will you please help the poor old shark?
Help how?
I do not know. I just require assistance. Please help the poor old shark.
There's always gonna be a place for a middle-of-the-road character like Tomokaze. She's a solid pick. Individually, she's not that powerful, but paired is where her true power shines. She's easy for new players to pick up and play. Then perish!
I just don't
Ah,
see
you
that
Tumblr
working out.
user.
So no, I don't think they will change her dramatically anytime soon.
Who cares about noobs? Footy 2 needs to retain the core player base and satisfy the demands of the players.
Also, like, I mean, yeah, Magic found us through Tumblr.
Yeah, I know, Magic did.
Because that was the first place we ever advertised at all.
Wait, we were supposed to advertise?
I don't know what self-promotion is.
Neither do I. I only know what self-sabotage is.
You should stop doing that.
How did pronounce noobs with that spelling? Oh, Magic. Oh, Magic.
Hmm?
How did pronounce noobs with that spelling?
Uh-huh.
The meta scene can't grow with such an obvious main pick at the heart of the metagame. Tomokaze has to go. You're a fool for not seeing that. Like that fool.
I did find you through Tumblr. I think I tagged you in a post once too. I think you tagged us on an art.
Yes, because it was Furter.
Yeah.
It was Furter Bear. It was the Furter Bear before the Furter Bear was like an emo.
The Furter Bear before we had this Furter Bear. Yours is also an excellent Furter Bear.
Furter. What's wrong exactly?
Wow, there's 4 of them on the screen.
For Pete's sake.
So this is your turn, right?
Oh.
Though I guess technically you're both Coda and MC here.
That is true. That is true. I'm 2 characters.
Fine. Oh, thank RNGesus, it's aces. Talk some sense into these two, okay?
This sucks.
All this metagame yammering is boring! Boring and pointless. It's like a comment section brought to life. Who cares what characters are in or out of the game, who gets buffed or nerfed? Who cares what the future may bring? Just play the dang game we've actually got and have fun with it.
Yeah, Zapper. Yeah. I'm with Zapper on this one.
Uh-huh.
Fun. I'm in play to win, not an elementary school computer club. Can't win without a plan. Tomokaze wrecks every plan we have. She's literally easy mode.
Well, maybe you should make better plans.
Nah. You
can't just remove Tomokaze. Think of how that will impact the game. All we'll have are characters that are too difficult to learn, which will drive new players away. And new players grow the competitive scene, not character removal.
Whatever, fool.
Well, maybe your plans are just shitty. Yeah, right? And you're supposed to be the brains of that team, bitch.
Ugh.
Ugh, all of this theory crafting is making my brain leak out of my ears. All I hear is slosh, slosh, slosh.
Oh, mood.
So it's a debate about FOD2 nerd stuff. Still, if I can step in and close this down, that's one less flashpoint of conflict going down in our arcade. So you were saying, Zapper?
Zapper's a mood. I gotta agree with Zapper here. Armchair quarterbacking is kind of pointless, you know? Need you to spend more time yelling on the forums than actually playing.
Man, I love her tattoos.
They're really good. It's not like we can predict what changes the developers will make in the end. You could be wasting your time planning for a future that never comes.
Exactly. We plan, God laughs. You can theory craft all you want, but in the middle of a match, you just do whatever works. Tomokaze or no Tomokaze.
What? So you go into a fight with no builds in mind at all? Not even an item purchase list for dojo power-ups? I mean, yeah, that's kind of how I am as a person.
See, this one's me.
I mean,
There's also this. Because it's kind of the point.
I'm kind of part of all three. Okay, I didn't mean to take it that far. I still go into each match with a game plan, just that I'm willing to bend that plan as needed.
A game plan? Come on now. Do you take notes and keep 3-ring binders too?
Notes. What are notes?
They're those things that I wrote down so I could never look at them again.
They're that thing that I had a history teacher say I was gonna fail because I never took. Hey, I like keeping my options open and changing to meet the needs of the fight, but I'm not diving in completely unprepared. I hit a middle ground. Okay, I'm more of the unprepared side. Nothing.
What, your Zapper? Fascinating.
I am not Zapper.
Striking a balance is a valid approach, and Tomokaze is great at striking that balance.
I don't have red hair. I'm not Zapper. Actually, the only red hair that I have is technically my facial hair.
Is that the only thing stopping you from being Zapper?
Yes, apparently.
Alright, coming in with some hair dye.
No.
No?
I think I would get fired.
Not if it's a natural looking color. Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, would they fire someone for going from brunette to blonde?
I don't know. He's too balanced. He's too powerful. Ugh. You know what I mean. You can go on and on about flexibility all you want. But with this low skill floor character in the mix, you'll get mauled by noobs every time.
If you're getting mauled by noobs every time,
Yeah,
I
it
think
sounds
you're
like
the noob.
Terrible. I think that sounds like you're terrible at this game. You seem to act like a pro in.
yeah, like, if you're getting mauled by noobs every time, that sounds like you're the noob, actually.
Yeah, because, like...
Are
if
you
you're
seriously saying you could get whooped by a total newbie just because they use Tomokaze? Wow, you must really suck to have such little faith in your own skills. That's kind of sad, my dude.
Oh, so we're all Zapper right now.
We're all Zapper right now.
And that pose, too. Such a good pose.
Hers?
Yeah.
But, like, look at his facial expression in response.
Like, that's not what I... don't forget it! There's no talking to you pathetic fanboys. When FOD2 crashes and burns, mark my words, I have told you this would happen.
Coda has read the forums but has never actually touched the game.
That might actually be true.
I mean, I feel like that's basically what Rhapsody does, right? They're just really into the metagame and stuff.
I think Rhapsody plays, but is not like.
But isn't that interested in playing? They're more interested in the metagame and like the shoutcasting and all those things.
But it's not. But for Rhapsody, it's not never actually touched the game. It's.
Yeah, but Coda also clearly has touched the game.
Mm-hmm.
I also just wanted to point out, Coda, you fanboys, and it's like, so currently on the screen there's Coda. Yeah, there are no boys present, my dude. There are 2 non-binary people here in this screen aside from Coda, and there's Zapper, who is cis woman as far as I understand. So, boys aware. Fanboy aware. Also, come to think of it, is there a gender neutral for fanboys?
No. 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 Other than fans.
Yeah, but fans doesn't connote the same thing.
Yeah, fans doesn't, like... No, it's just fanboys and fangirls.
Consider him marked! Confirmed. Coda is a dingus. Zapper gives him the old finger guns before Coda stomps away in a huff. For someone who was supposed to be the brains in P2W, he didn't have much critical thinking. Maybe next time it'll be a real debate instead of tossing insults. I'm going back to watching the stream.
Aw,
What?
yeah.
Which stream?
Our stream.
Oh no! See? This is why I like having you around. You shake things up. We really need that if we're ever gonna break out of stagnation.
Flexible. How bad are things with Team GCF? You keep going on about how we need to rattle the cage, but...
Okay, it's not that bad. But if we're gonna go for the pro tour, we need someone with your charisma in the mix. Wait, we have charisma?
Wait, we have charisma? Neither
our
of us are
charisma
bards. -3.
Because my charisma hasn't worked real well so far. I'm not exactly the most popular girl in school right now.
A -3 would be either a 3 or 4? If I have a -3 modifier, that would be a 3 or a 4 in charisma?
Great.
Or I think.
A 3 or a 4 or a 2? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I don't think a 2's a -3.
I have no idea what you're actually going off of right now.
Literally just how D&D works.
Yeah, but where are you pulling the -3 from?
My head.
Okay, thanks for confirming. I don't think I've ever seen Zapper look melancholy? Woeful? Whatever it is, she shakes it off quickly enough. Okay, show's over. Let's get back to dealing with the invasion of the esports jerks, my least favorite sci-fi B movie of all time.
Later.
Would you
I'm
rather
out.
say
Later.
Would you rather say pulling it out of my butt?
You know there's such thing as thin air, right?
Nope, there's no air here. I'm choking.
I didn't know you were in deep space. Say hi to the aliens for me.
What aliens?
You're right, they don't want anything to do with us. Okay, where am I going next?
Okay, are we fun or good? Or should we have chat pack?
You know, last time we didn't do the domino option. I'm kind of curious.
Yes, I saw the
got it in the
domino.
water with no air.
I saw the domino option with flower.
But I want to see it.
Yes, you'll want to see it.
Over on the far side of the arcade, I spot Jinx loitering near her beloved Fast Car 7 game. Shifting from foot to foot, legs clearly getting tired quickly. As for why she isn't comfortably seated behind the wheel and blasting around corners at unsafe speeds, well... One of the Team P2W players is sitting in her seat, lazily cruising through the turns with one perfectly manicured hand on the wheel. In fact, when I walk up to chat with Jinx, the P2Wer is the one to actually greet me first. Sorry, no autographs right now. I'm totally killing it at this game.
I was not actually planning on asking for one? No.
Great, I appreciate that. You know, so many of my adoring fans just won't give me any space or privacy. Pi supports Go See Jinx Down. It's always, oh, I love your streams, Divine, or can I have a hug, Divine, or will you sign my leg, Divine? People can be gross. Nobody here wants their leg autographed. Look, I scheduled an online game with a friend coming up soon, so you want to wrap up your race so I get a turn? Aw, sorry. Arcade rules, honey. Winner stays on, and I am winning.
Come on.
Only because I modded the game to have weak AI so I can focus on improving my time trials. And you're in my seat. Don't see your name on it, honey. Perfectly good seat right next to this one too. See? Play on that one. You're the only one with hand controls. I literally can't use the other. Yeah, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Not my fault you're defective. Uh-oh. Jinx's eyelid just started twitching and I think she's biting her lip hard enough to draw blood. But we're drawing Divine's blood, right? By punching her? Look, be a darling and fetch me some water or something, okay? I'll be here for some time. Jinx's grip on her walking cane tightens to the point where I swear I can hear bones creak. But oddly, she backs down. Damn it. I drop to a whisper, low enough not to be heard over the digital revs of the digital car engine.
Can you just kick her off? It's your game. You've got priority.
Well, this sucks.
Want to, believe me, but that's not the way arcades work. Winner stays on, others quarter up and wait. Besides, Ben and Matt own the game, not me.
Okay, so get Ben and Matt to come over here and boot her off the thing.
They're distracted. Obviously, but
It's okay. I'm surprised that you can fall asleep while listening to us, one.
It would not be the first time people have. It seems that multiple times people have.
I know Melik has basically woken up and just been laying in bed like half asleep listening to us, and I'm always like, how?
What? So they're supposed to actively listen to us? I mean, I don't know which one worse, actually.
But I mean, obviously if you're tired.
Not after in classes in college all the time. College,
same.
like, because it's in those rooms that are not well ventilated with a bunch of other people and stuff. Yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh.
Also, because in college I didn't get sleep. Like, I just was terrible at sleeping.
I remember one class, the teacher talked in a very monotone voice.
People talking make me sleepy. Yeah.
So I kept falling asleep in his class because I couldn't pay attention because like the voice just made me fall asleep every time I heard it. It was so hard. It was also like in the basement of one of the buildings where there was no sunlight, and it was just kind of like...
I was like the kind of terrible student that, like, if there was a class that I consistently fell asleep in, a lot of times I just stopped going.
Yeah. I mean, that was in the early years where I wanted to be a good student.
Yeah, I gave that up real quick. Yeah, but like college, I hardly slept because I would stay up until at least 2 most days, just like working on homework and stuff. But then, especially because I had my one really shitty ex, and he worked at the same job as me sometimes, like some quarters. And our boss was given strict instructions from the counseling center and the campus police that I was not to be put on the same shifts as my ex because he was not allowed to speak to me anymore. Yeah, so my boss was like, okay, they can't be on the same shifts, and he gave me all the shit morning ones. And so every morning, 4 times a week, Monday through Thursday, multiple times, multiple quarters, I had the morning shift, and me, had to be up at like 7, so I could get ready and get there by like 7:45ish, which is already 15 minutes late, but I usually beat whichever coworker I was on shift with, and had to open the whole building.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Because he kept putting my shitty ex on the afternoon shifts that I wanted. Yep.
I remember they gave me one morning shift, and then they're like, wait, what time do you have to wake up? I'm like, I have to wake up at like 5 a.m. to get here on time. And they're like, yeah, we should probably not give you morning shifts ever.
I mean, like, they knew I was not a morning person.
Yeah.
But I was responsible enough that I usually, like, get there early. Even if I wasn't technically on time, I would get there early enough to open up.
Yeah,
Which means that I ended up getting there usually before whichever coworker I was paired with.
I mean, by the time I left that job, people would get in on the morning shift, like, when the whole building was supposed to already be open.
Yeah. I mean, I was basically the guard against that, which I think is why he liked putting me on the morning shift, even if I was fucking miserable.
I had a friend who was not off during some morning classes, so she had me agree to kick her leg every couple of minutes. Plus, I shared notes that I took during the class, so she didn't miss anything. It's nice.
Oh, so. You're a good friend, Magic.
You are a great friend and a great child.
Yeah. It was just fucking miserable because it was like, all right, I have all of these morning shifts because even when because I would specially build my schedule to leave as many different shift slots open as I could, you know, considering how much stuff I did and everything.
Oh yeah, you did so much.
And tangent!
Okay.
I look around for Ben and Matt, owners of this privately owned business establishment and resident authority figures.
This is not how
I'm
we
sorry, Flower! Who are way too busy dealing with a couple of washing machines spewing out rich, creamy soap all over the floor.
Well, I'd call this a mess, but it's sort of the elemental opposite of messy.
Ooh, they have icons too now!
Yes!
And they flip. Maybe we could throw a foam party and call it a new selling point.
Ah, I see. I could beat her.
I nearly jump when the wallflower makes his presence felt.
I'll race against her. I don't need hand controls. Can use the second player seat. If I beat her, she can't stay on the game.
Since when are you a racer?
This can't possibly end badly.
I'm a survivor. I'm pretty sure keeping a ton of virtual metal from flying over the guardrail of a mountain pass is a lot like playing a shmup.
I'm not sure about that.
I know, it's a long shot. Or we could just convince her to bail. Don't ask me how. Other than breaking her legs, which is where I'd want to start personally. Same. Mood. Fucking mood.
If we don't play it cool, we risk making the situation with all those P2W toadies more volatile than it already is.
Like, Jinx is my favorite. I love her so much. Not worth. My online race will just have to wait. My friend's pretty busy, but I can reschedule for later. It's the adult thing to do. Don't selfishly boot a player off your favorite game. Just adapt your own plans and move on.
But we're not adults.
But whoever said I was an adult? I want to support Team GCF, my new friends. How do we make this happen? Alright, Domino?
I need
Screw this, let's just unplug the game. Oof.
We need an adult. Oh crap, we are the adults.
Oh no.
Domino, you think you could beat this lazy Sunday driver and take back Fast Car 7 in the name of Team GCF?
Maybe, possibly, who knows?
Can I? Can I? Well, honestly, I don't know, but hey, it's worth a shot.
Hold on. Think this
Play
through.
it cool. I'll give you some advice as you go. Fast Car 7 isn't like driving a real car.
I can't afford a real car, so hey, that's fine with me. Let's do this.
Wow. Team Asians! Here, I'm gonna give you some advice, because it's not like driving a real car. I don't have a car, are you kidding me? Domino practically hurls himself into the second player seat, the cheap plastic of Fast Car 7 creaking in protest. He offers a big, creepy smile to Divine.
Hi.
Oh my god, face!
Yep.
Mood Domino.
Wanna race?
No?
It's fine. I understand. I'll just, oh no, my finger slipped and put in a quarter. Guess I'm turning your race. Hey, these things happen.
He grips the wheel as Jinx leans in over his shoulder, ready to give Domino a crash course in how not to crash.
That smile.
Yup.
Ah.
Fine, who cares? I've run like 8 laps on this course. I'll beat you easily.
Bring it, little Miss Celebrity Pants.
Domino, focus. Accelerate through the straight, then brake up to the turn. Coming up to the turn. At first, it works just fine. Domino's wild and unlearned style is kept neatly in check by Jinx's pokes and prods, keeping him following solid racing lines. But he hasn't overtaken Divine yet, and the race is almost halfway over. If he's really gonna win this, we need to switch things up. I lean over to whisper an idea.
Well, wait, what was the answer? Was it the chicken nugget one?
I don't know, but I'm really tempted. I kind of want to see the result of all of these, but especially both of these.
I forget which one was shown off on Flower Stream. I think it was the chicken nugget line. Do we have rewind unlocked already?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We also have quick save.
All
the best
right.
friend of a VN player.
All right. If you win this, I'll buy you all the chicken nuggets you could ever want.
And his face lights up like a Christmas tree.
Nuggies?
He puts his foot to the floor, causing his virtual car to leap forward, hurtling at unsafe speed towards Divine's cruiser. Hey, don't go so fast around that curve! My face! You gotta read this, you asked for this!
I know. Nuggies, 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 nuggies. Nuggies.
I just had dino nuggets for my lunch today, too.
Yes.
Oh no!
Wait.
Nightbot, no! Nightbot bad!
Wait. Why?
Can we see the message that got blocked?
Oh, it was all cap nuggies.
Oh.
Why did it time you at blacklisted spam? You didn't spam anything.
Excess caps is disabled.
But you didn't spam anything.
Nightbot, what are you doing? Excess caps isn't even on. It's disabled right now.
But the reason was blacklisted spam specifically, not the caps. Nightbot thought I did a rude word.
I mean, it shouldn't be under any of the blacklisted phrases, unless there's a separate. Die!
Yeah. Die!
This was Flower's trap all along. Whoa, whoa, whoa! She swerves to avoid a collision, causing her car to spin out while Domino just barely holds his own around the curve. Soon he blasts right past the finish line, through the guardrail, and over the other side in a massive cataclysm of flame. Nightbot, what are you smoking?
But he passed the
And
finish
will you
line.
share?
No!
You're right, I don't do any drugs that involve smoking.
Also, you don't know what kind of drugs a robot would be smoking and how that would affect a human.
True. But it's fine.
And you're not allowed to die. Nuggies!
She looks a bit shaken from all that virtual explosion, wincing hard before returning to her usual cool expression. Win's a win, I guess. Whatever! She bails as Domino hops out to allow Jinx to resume her favorite game. Nugs, not drugs, my dudes. Yes.
We're going back?
Uh-huh. Back to the cool expression line. Did you notice that there is a period missing? Because I noticed there's a period missing, if you wanted to fix it.
Oh wait, there's supposed to be a period there?
Huh? Yeah, because otherwise it always ends in a period.
Oh, it does.
I have taken note of these things more, because since we started the blog of writing things for the other game, my roommate has a habit of ending all of the bullet points on a period, and I have the habit of not doing that. So I've had to learn the habit of putting a period in every one.
Well, there's one face palm.
Only one. It's
Hey,
fine.
Flower, are you so glad that we're playing your games again?
So you can do all of the face palming.
Because apparently this is what we do to Flower.
Flower told us to go back.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna just let it go, but I mean, if you ask us to go back, I will make the note, or I assume that's what you're looking for.
As a PC gamer, I know the true weapon in your arsenal. Being a colossal?
Fuckwad?
There's probably a few things you could substitute there.
We'll go with fuckwad.
Over voice chat. Think you can do that?
I'm not sure about that.
Domino, maybe you shouldn't.
Nah, it's okay. I got this. It's for you, Jinx.
Hey.
Hey, Savine, tell me, how many streamer bits did that cheap
Ass.
imitation French perfume cost you?
So about that soundboard. Excuse me?
The stench of it has soaked every pore of my being. It'll take 6 or 7 showers to scrub it all out. How does it feel knowing the only friendship she'll ever have will be parasocial leeches attached to your fame?
I love this Domino expression so much. He looks possessed. Happy Halloween, everybody!
Ho, ho, ho!
Yes. A ghost that says ho, ho, ho. Exactly. Perfect. Great job, Sharky.
How often do gamers ask to buy your bathwater? How many creeps unfollow you on social media whenever you mention you're in a relationship?
I can see right through.
Awful. How completely miserable is the sad little thing you call your life?
Oh my god, the font changes here are so fucking trippy.
Oh yes, I love it.
Oh god.
Ho ho ho! Happy Halloween!
I'm half like, is there an accessibility option where this gets turned off? I mean, I love it, but I'm also like, ah!
It's doing too good of a job.
Well, I think especially because it's in this like blue, it's not totally like registering as it's changing, but it also totally is. It's like right on that line. Dot. What is wrong with you? Rather than finish the race, Vine, looking genuinely hurt and creeped out, gets up and walks away. Not the trash talk I was expecting, but effective, but like kind of really gross.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I just wanted to help Jinx out.
No. It's okay. I'm 100% my style of trash talk though. I'm less cool with the straight up making her feel like uncomfortable. Though she did call Jinx defective. But I mean, that's sort of that's not the answer kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure what to make of that. Domino slowly releases his tight grip on the wheel and gets to his feet.
Okay. Happy thoughts. Okay. Game's all yours, Jinx. Give Naomi my best.
Minus the bathwater nonsense. I mean, I feel like it's one of those like picking on specifically like female streamer issues where it's like, oh, that's not actually cool though. That's very not okay. Domino, no. Okay. Thanks for your help, Domino. She offers him a reassuring hand on the shoulder before carefully settling into the disability assist seat to play her game.
The day is saved thanks to the dynamic duo of Domino and Aces.
I definitely told some middle school bullies they'd die cold and alone if they treated people the way they were treating me. That's more fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the line to me is where he's specifically picking on like female streamers getting creeped on things as like a weak point, and that's
Color me pleasantly surprised.
I should play non-shmups more often. That was kind of fun. Bit wild at the end, but before that, kind of fun.
Color me pleasantly surprised.
I'm gonna load the nuggets back up. Just in time, too. Thanks.
Anything for a friend, my friend.
Color me pleasant.
Or, do this one.
Hi.
Or, actually, now that it's not the, well, I mean, he's still intense about the nuggets.
Yeah, he's very intense about the nuggets. Middle school self's most common response to bullies was, do that again and I will fillet you alive like a gasping fish.
It's a good response.
I don't know how to respond to that. Pick it. Maybe you should take a break first? The game seems to have worked you up a bit. Is everything okay?
That's curious.
I never really liked that question. It feels rather bloated to me.
The A is made small. Right here in rather.
Oh!
Yeah, like it. These things kind of throw me off. I'm like, ah.
Does the person actually care if you're okay, or do they just want some fake assurances that you're okay so they feel okay?
Okay, but mood though.
Yeah. I actually care if you're okay.
Found 2 flower in this game. Ooh.
You found a 2 flower?
A tooth?
A tooth? Is it a tooth or a teeth?
I feel like the tooth nickname just makes me want to call 2 flower Tooth Fairy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Flower. 2 flower also hates that question.
Yeah.
Ah. Well.
I mean, it is a loaded question.
I feel like it's... For this particular thing, it feels less like it's loaded and more like it's disingenuous. Neither of which is good, but you know.
Like me getting 2 calls today. Sharky, are you okay? Like, we want to make sure you're okay. Like, now you want to make sure I'm okay.
I mean, I very frequently answer, "How are you?" with fine or terrible. Instead of the standard, "Good, I'm doing good."
That's just first time I saw my therapist. She's like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "Huh, I'm existing."
How are you doing? The first time you meet your therapist, the answer to how you're doing is, "Well, I'm here."
I said existing, and she's like, "That's not what I expected. We need to unpack this real quick."
Real quick?
It took like 30 minutes.
Out of how long of a session?
45.
Uh-huh.
Honest, Sharky, I could smack your higher-ups.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually care if you're okay. Well, for your records, please note I am as okay as I generally am. And that'll have to do.
Also a mood.
It's going means please kill me now. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How are things
just,
going? They're not. They're stopped.
Or just, oh, like, how's the week been? I'm alive.
All the time, doctors. How are you doing? Asks the urgent care office doctor. Well, not great, or I wouldn't be here. Pretty much.
Well, how are you doing? Well, well, my throat feels like it's about to die. If you'll excuse me, I think I'll take your suggestion and go chill a bit. Pardon me.
Things got a little out of hand, but in the end, we got Jinx back on the road. That's what matters. Okay, where am I going next?
Rival?
I guess since we have the different type of rival, more content. Amidst all the surrounding chaos, I somehow managed to find Aloes, which is great because this is all their fault.
It's all the Aloes'
apparently
fault.
Enjoying a nice sit down is actively ignoring the pandemonium. I approach. What?
Apparently, it's all Aloes' fault.
Mm-hmm. But not Pie's fault.
What's the deal, Aloes? Like, seriously. Don't take that out of context.
Or do. Hit them with that all the time, and at least 3 of them have stopped in their tracks and said something like, I should really stop asking it that way. Yeah, probably. I'm actually almost more surprised if you're the only one who says that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just spend too much time around other people on the internet who are just as sardonic as me.
Sorry, I had to step away there for a bit. Don't be sorry, Flower.
Okay.
You should never be sorry if you
The
have to
things you
step
missed
away.
just involved discussing the "Are you okay?" question, fucking sucking, And that the nickname Tooth makes us think of tooth fairies, I guess.
Also, because like of all the Smash talk recently, my brain went to me hearing "Are you okay?" And I immediately thought of Terry in Smash Brothers, who one of his moves he just starts saying "Are you okay?" and then punches the person in the face.
Domino's thing is being genuinely hurtful because he sees inside what people hate and fear and digs it up. Yeah! I mean, picking on someone for being a female streamer is still a little... He's less intentionally hurtful, though, than just unable to filter himself properly. Yeah. My hands are tied, Aces. I honestly didn't expect this. You know I wouldn't purposely put you or your friends in this position.
So then do something about it. Make them stop.
It's not as simple as that.
Yes, it is. You just walk over there and you say, "Hey, dirtbags, stop being dirtbags," and they stop.
I clap my hands together and job done. Which makes Alice chuckle under the breath. I wish it were that easy. But there's one of me and 3 of them.
So punch them. Don't forget me. I got your back.
Still, 2 against 3 is hardly a fair fight. Just realized that MC's hair and glasses plus Rival's hat and pants make the buy flag. It does. That was unintentional, but I'm okay with it. Like, there he dug that up because you asked him to trash talk and he wanted to chase her off for Jinx's sake, and after realizing how far he went, he felt bad about it. There'll be more in that in level 2. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I mean, it did seem like he felt bad about it.
Yeah.
And everyone was kind of like, oh, that's awkward.
Yeah. Obviously,
and again,
demo.
Like, it's not like she's innocent there.
No.
So 2 against 3 is hardly a fair fight.
Okay, well that's why you knock Coda out, and then boom, it's 2 against 2.
You just break one of Divine's nails, it's fine.
Ah, then it's 2-on-1.
Better yet, break her finger. You didn't do the Demolition Derby option, which had a curious Jinx reaction. I mean, I can go quick load it back. But we're already this far in, so I feel like we should probably actually be trying to wrap things up a bit.
Okay. So I get Zapper, and then it's 3-on-3. Let's bust some.
Ass. Onward! As much as I'd like to go all vigilante justice, that's my team.
Adventure!
Reluctantly, Aloes lets the smile fade from their lips. I just can't. We train together. They teach me things, and already I've seen an improvement in my game. We live together. I can't risk causing a great divide in the house, not when everything else is fine.
I don't think
Sorry.
Coda can teach you anything, though.
Are you saying that Divine is able to teach them anything?
That's also true. I don't think Divine could teach
Is
anybody
Blitz supposed
anything.
to be able to teach them anything?
I think it's only Valkyrie that teaches.
I'm sorry. What if it had been me? What if I was put into a house with people who are trash humans but nice to me? Bitch.
Nah. There's always something you can do, Aloes. Even if it means putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation.
I sigh, frustrated by the situation.
This sucks. This really sucks.
I know. Honestly, I'm just doing what I can, which I know isn't much, but it's what I have to do to be a part of this team.
Ah, yes, doing what you can hiding in the pizzeria.
Uh-huh. Because they must.
We do what we must because we can.
Think about all the things I've learned about P2W recently and about all the things I already knew.
And as long as you're happy being with them.
Interestingly, originally Koda was a teammate of yours. His whole thing was being right all the time, and confused why people saw him as arrogant when he simply wanted to explain how things are. There's an uncomfortably long pause. Aloes looks out, past me, past everything, crestfallen. Eventually, he was replaced with Domino in the final story design. I think that's probably better.
I think that's for the better.
Like, I'd be interested in reading the backstories of all the villains. I'm half hoping that's in the game. But even if not, I would rather take Domino, I think.
Yeah.
There's an uncomfortable... Figured no one would be willing to dig in on Koda, similarly to people resisting Gavin. See, but Gavin's my favorite.
I was about to say you're talking to Satan.
Which I like. I feel like it's sort of like Koda's more actively obnoxious though than Gavin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gavin's a like, but logic. But this is the rational thing to do. Why do you not want to do the rational thing that we need to do? Which I think is pretty relatable. If you are usually the one stuck being the voice of reason. This version of Koda is the bastard version. Fair. But the know-it-all nerd guy is a trope I really don't want to go near. I don't want to date that. So for a dating game, I think that, like, Koda's still not as appealing as Gavin, because I feel like Gavin's still a lot more. Original was just socially illiterate and unintentionally an asshole. Even so. Okay. Let me amend that. I think that there are a lot of people in nerd culture who are that way. And I think that's something that could appeal in like a very relatable way to people like that. But I also am just like, because dealing with people like that is exhausting. There's an uncomfortably long pause. Alice looks out, past me, past everything, crestfallen. I can tell Alice is struggling with a response, which is completely abnormal for them. I would have expected some sort of sassy quip at this point.
You are happy, right?
Yes, I am. How could I not be? We're headed right to the top. We'll be in the championship before you can even blink, Aces.
I blinked. You're on the championship.
It's what we've always dreamed of. You remember our promise, right? Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. But you realized, which is, you know, the important thing.
Of course. You're meeting me in the finals. In the biggest tournament in the world, no matter what.
Good. Because I won't lose to you.
Me neither.
Wait, we won't lose to us?
We won't lose to ourselves.
I don't know about that. I feel like I lose to myself every day.
Yeah, Sam.
As senior group, you're gonna have to train real hard to take me out. As I'm formulating a really clever remark, I hear a crash in the distance. Alice looks at me confused.
That doesn't sound good.
Not one bit.
Yeah.
Finals is fighting a shadow version of yourself. Even if I do this research and try to be representative, it's still a terrible mix having him be autistic and a confused know-it-all that annoyed everyone. Yeah. Like, I have known people with exactly those traits, but representation-wise, that would be terrible.
Yeah. We'll finish this later.
Alice simply nods as I rush off.
So wait, is the finals just like fighting Shadow Link?
You know, I had a silly idea a few weeks ago of like an RPG style thing where you like then get to the final boss, but it's like inner you, and so you would have to use cure like an undead enemy.
Yeah, an undead in Final Fantasy VIII.
Where, because if you hit them, you would hit yourself. Kind of like the Polybius thing. In the first Arcade Spirits. Where you would then, at the very last one, have to use all these like cure spells and that kind of thing. Coda became just a typical gamer know-it-all, and Domino took on the aspect of being unintentionally awful. Yeah, I think that's better.
That just reminds me of one, in Zelda 2, the final boss is Shadow Link. And then also, I think it was like Final Fantasy 4, where at one point you have to fight yourself. But like, to prove that you're not like just some like person who's like capable of destruction, you have to fight yourself and like resolve your inner demons. Final Fantasy's a crazy series.
Quit figuring out my secret master plan. Yeah, I liked my idea for it mainly because you've been building all these like fighting skills and whatever in an RPG. But when you fight yourself, like, it would have to be something more curative, that it like hurts the part that's like shit talking yourself, but without actually hurting yourself in the process, kind of thing. And then there'd probably be some unwind everything you did up to that point, blah 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 blah. But you know, that's beside the point. It's getting late. How long are we gonna have to deal with Team P2W squatting our clubhouse anyway?
Yeah, Satan, the next indie game dev. Games made by Satan.
In my dreams, if I had enough saved up.
Yeah. BP bases. I'm detecting a buildup of social tension. Please follow the indicator on your map.
I mean, you say it like it's so crazy, as if we didn't literally meet in a game dev club.
Yes, I know.
Not that either of us do game dev professionally right now.
Or probably, at least I know for me, ever.
Probably.
Oh, great. Now what?
I mean, at this point, it's like, yeah, if I went into game dev, it would be as an indie thing on the side, probably, because at this point, it would just be such a pay cut for me, going from, like, non-games programming to game programming, so...
It might actually be a raise, technically, for me.
Well... If you were going from your current job, yeah, probably.
Yes.
But, I mean...
Like, right now, it would be a raise.
Yes, but you should also be aiming for a better job right now.
Yeah.
Because you're underpaid as shit. Over in the arcade around the F&D2 machine itself, P2W squares off against GCF, both sides finally having enough of this mess. Don't even know why we came to this pathetic little arcade in the first place.
Are you kidding me?
Just a prissy little celebutante loser who thinks her follower count is a metric of awesomeness.
Bunch of little fragile snowflakes can't even take a...
Seriously?
A complete waste of time acting all high and mighty when you're... I simply don't understand how the game is meant to be played. With that attitude, you never will.
I was just trying to explain how I felt. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to...
Hell no.
Leave Grace alone, you fucking loser. Is this all really necessary? Can't we just drop it? This is getting ridiculous. But I know how to solve it. Or at least refocus all this aggression into something else. So this one, right?
We fight the Aloes, apparently.
Yep. Look, for us and the Aloes, it's like friendly fighting. And for everyone on the Aloes' team, it's bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Okay.
Fuck this.
We are done shouting past each other. It is time to put up or shut up.
Put up and shut up.
Aloes, we go toe-to-toe in FOD2. Just like the old days. One match to close out this whole mess. Then everyone goes home. You're gonna step or not?
Of course I accept. I just hope you can keep up with me. It'd be a shame if it was over before it began. Aloe steps forward from the rest of P2W, welcoming the competition. Aces, I hereby challenge you. What are we being challenged to?
Beating this demo within 60 minutes.
To lose the fight? Ooh.
Ooh, that's hard.
We have quick save at our disposal.
True.
Coda will join me against you and one of your teammates. Fair?
We'll see which team rules and which team drools once and for all.
I mean, I'm down. We did the win last time.
We did the win last time.
This is more content. I wasn't planning on raising the emotional stakes of this fight, but that old urge to win, to prove myself, it's rising. A win over Team P2W would do a lot for morale. It'd do a lot for our image. It could be the springboard we need into our future.
Agreed. Let's do this.
All three of us are ready to go. But we need a fourth, a partner I can rely on. 2 versus 2, that's the rule of FOD2. Who do I want to call upon for this decisive fight? Who did we pick last time? I don't even remember.
I think it was Domino.
Hmm?
I think we chose Domino last time.
That sounds plausible. I have no memory.
Oh, neither do I. I'm stretching here.
Yeah, but you have a VOD. If we really wanted to. I'm not telling you.
No, I don't have access to it.
Huh?
I don't have access to it right now.
God
So no, I
damn it,
don't
Sharky.
have a VOD. Sorry, my desktop is non-functional.
Okay, well, you know who I'm almost certain we didn't choose? Grace. Pretty
yes.
certain we didn't choose Grace.
Yes.
Also, since we
Grace?
didn't do the Grace Loxley scene this time, I feel like maybe we should bring in Grace.
Grace, I could really use your help on this one. Are you okay with that?
Yes. Yes, I'll help you. You can count on me. She's still a bit rattled from all this conflict today. She's not backing down. There's some fire in there still.
Let me give you a quick tutorial of Fist of Discomfort 2 strategy minigame.
I'm gonna skip through this a bit.
Ultimates! Win or lose, you'll continue.
So we're gonna lose. Okay. Think. Focus. Alice generally loves to attack, so I can counter them with defense. As for Coda, he likes to rotate. Attack, then defend, then special, and then, well, it's a wild card. But that's just what they generally do. They might mix it up. I have to be ready for anything. Win or lose, I need to give it my all. Even if I really, really want to win this, I have to focus on the fight and the fight alone. For the sake of my dreams, which I am about to personally make sure I crush.
Wait.
Fight.
There's the fight.
Oh.
And now we quick save.
Special.
Charging up for a really amazing special move sounds like a plan. Unfortunately, it's a plan Alice has figured out as I'm interrupted mid-casting and smashed in the face. Your special loses to their attack. They earn 160 points. Score now 0 to 160.
Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Good. Special.
Whoa. That's an
Whoa.
interesting approach. I'll have to account for that in future rounds.
Oh, it's voiced! Special loses to their attack. They earn 140 points.
Okay.
Score now 0 to 300.
Doing good.
Again?
Yeah, let's try it. You might want to put.
Score now 0 to 440. I
That would be
don't know if it'll work the same each time, or if it's pre-planned what.
No, it's all random.
So we'll quick save. I remember last time, rather than rotating, I think he attacked again or used special or something.
Well, I think he has a higher chance to defend, but obviously no guarantees.
Well, I just quick save. We'll quick save again to be sure safe. And
That's defend.
well, if he has AI is designed to tend towards what the narrative said, but a chance to surprise you. So the higher chance should be that he
right
defends
now.
now. In which
Yes.
case we should attack if we're trying to lose.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's an interesting approach. I'll have to account for that in future rounds.
Your attack loses to their defend. They earn 130 points. Score now 0 to 570.
I think we're fine. We're
So
not
just-
going to win.
Yeah. So Alos wants to come at me. Fine by me. I turtle up and defend against the attacks, keeping myself and my minions safe. Your defend beats their attack. You earn 100 points. Score now 100 to 570.
This would be special, so we'd want to defend. This turn's special.
Well, if we're trying to continue getting the wrong one, but
Yeah, no, defend would be the wrong. Yeah.
yes. I said if we're trying to continue getting the wrong one. I'm tempted to not have us get totally crushed.
Move
Underdogs.
the hitbox, activate the cooldown, count the frames. Okay, I've got this.
Your attack beats their special. You earn 110 points. Woo! Score now 210 to 570.
Special. Ultimate. Ultimate.
You're right. If we do 2 ultimates, we should still lose.
Well, I think ultimate can only be used once.
Was it ultimate once per,
I think
like,
it's
the
once.
whole team, or once
Yes.
per character?
I think it's once.
Grace's
per-
ultimate
oh,
is cool. Well, we'll save it for Grace's then.
Okay. Attack.
We both attack. It's a tie. You earn 50 points, they earn 60.
Once per team.
Score now 260 to 630. So we will definitely be losing, but we will get to see Grace's ultimate then.
I hope you've learned something this day. It'd be a pity to experience such a crushing loss without gaining knowledge.
Oh my god.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Also, I love that line. Because she's so
Yeah.
chill about it.
Oh yeah.
Use your ultimate. You earn 130 points.
Wait, I
Score
forget,
now
what
390 to 630.
What happens if both sides use their ultimate?
You lose.
Oh no, we lost. Oh.
And we didn't even have to quick load.
We didn't. Team score 390, opponent score 630.
Remember, it's not whether you win or lose. It's if you had fun playing the game.
How do you want to proceed? With Grace. We lost. If both ultimates are used at the same time, you counter the ultimate and score big. Ooh.
Interesting.
Knowing how
technically
else
we could have, if I don't know what score big multiplication wise would be, but that could have made us win. Technically, if it was high enough.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Knowing Alice inside out and going up against the best team in the nation, why did I expect anything less? 200.
200.
Okay, so we would have still lost.
Yeah.
What a great match. GG, everyone. GG and well played. I have to be okay with this. I have to. I can't see this as a personal failing, as proof I'm just some pathetic loser. I have to be okay with this. So I just saw Venom 2 yesterday. Pathetic loser. Thankfully, Alice is being very supportive of it all.
I haven't seen Venom 1, so I don't have
you
a
need
frame
to
of
watch
reference. Yeah, I don't have access to watch it.
Yeah, sadly, it's not actually available, short of, like, renting. I'll admit, I didn't know which way that was gonna pan out. It was a close one for sure. You'll have to show me some of those moves next time.
You can use them against me next time?
Of course. You do the same to me. Isn't that what rivals are for? But don't be too down on yourself. Maybe you'll even win next time.
Maybe. I'll win next time. Mark my words. Next time. Ha! There's gonna be a next time. Only reason we came down to Scrubville McNoobtown to deal with you pathetic losers is because Aloes insisted. I'll never darken your doorstep again.
But Alice is peering over my shoulder at something Coda can't quite see from that angle. Now's not the time, Coda.
You know what you are? You're pathetic. All you sad little filthy casuals aren't fit to lick the gum off the bottom of my sneakers.
Hey, Coda, you want the bottom of a sneaker?
Yes. I'm play to win. I'm the top of the heap. I eat caviar for breakfast and scoop millions off energy drink sponsorships. Those feckless idiot fans out there lap up my every word. I can define the metagame with a single post to face wall. I am Fisted a Scumper too, not you.
I feel like I'm getting flashbacks to Konami calling himself I am the arcade business.
Yes.
Hi, arcade business.
I'm dead.
Coda!
You know what? You want a rematch? Do it. Kneel down and beg and grovel for one, and maybe I'll grant you the honor. Well, what are you waiting for? Do it, loser.
Like, how badly I want to take my shoe and just sweep it under his leg so he falls down. And the one quietly recording it all taps a button on his phone to complete the upload.
You get all that, Loxley? Oh. I believe that will suffice. Title, how about entitled P2W Crybaby Choose Out Underdog Team? Yes, I think I'll use that title. What? Oh, look! 20 upvotes, no, wait, 50? 100? Oh my, Internet does love bad behavior.
And this is after we didn't even use the same Internet loves bad behavior on Divine.
Holding all the fans of Team P2W Feckless Idiots was a particularly nice touch, I felt.
There is an utter quietness of disbelief and rage while Coda just stands there, jaws sagging. Those rest their forehead in their hand, and the rest of the team whisper to themselves. Can't waste this opportunity to deliver the final blow.
Flower, did we pass the test?
What's our grade?
Did we at least get a D-?
You passed! Woo! We passed by losing!
You're it. You can transcend this human flesh and become a meme.
I mean, like, normally this one, or mostly this one, actually. I'd probably mostly be this one. I am an awful person. But this one is also pretty good, with versions of the story and similarly with a secret video ruining Coda. I think we did see the success secret video where he was, like, whining about having lost.
Yes.
But
Huzzah! You've become a meme. Shed your physical form and embrace your new digital existence as a pariah of the week.
what of the week? Because he's weak.
Of the week. Yee.
Loxley literally bows out with a gracious dip, leaving Coda twisting in the wind and Nalos trying to hide their face in annoyed disappointment. There's one individual far more disappointed than Nalos. The coach for Team P2W, Victoria Proud, formerly the esports star player Valkyrie. I'd seen her come in with the team, but she hadn't talked to anyone since arriving. Quiet like death, only watching and waiting. Now she glowers at Coda and Nalos, extremely unhappy with the results, her frown causing Coda to shift nervously.
Always watching, Wazowski. Always watching.
Did we get to hear Valkyrie's voice?
Coach, I just meant that.
She holds up a finger to her lips, silencing him. Then, in a turn of eeny, meeny, miny, mo between her two players, her finger eventually lingers on Coda.
Coda, you're fired.
We do get to hear her voice!
What? But this home has its thanks to Alos. They wanted to come here in the first place.
Her eyes narrow at Coda's complaints, which stops him mid-sentence.
Stop passing the blame. Not only do you look childish, but you've made the whole team look bad. And I won't stand for that.
I'm like, I know she's a bad guy, but at least in this particular scene, I'm like, but like goals? Goals. She sighs grudgingly whilst crossing her arms. She is by no means thrilled.
Not only are you fired, your non-compete clause means you're not joining any other teams. Not that they would have you, especially not after I tell them you're blacklisted.
Don't think Allah's moved your mouth for you, Coda. That's on you.
Be happy I'm not doing anything else.
Coda stands there in total disbelief as the other members of his team edge away from him, as if he suddenly caught a very communicable and very nasty disease. COVID. Defeated, Coda slinks away to a corner of the arcade. With Coda out of the picture, the coach redirects her attention to me. I gulp, and hopefully not too audibly. Gulp, please.
As for you, enjoy this moment in the spotlight, earned thanks to Coda's immaturity. But don't think this is a victory.
Wait, so
we
if,
lost.
in this case, does that mean Coda's just like gone forever? Does he come back in this story, or is it just this like one section and then he's just gone?
I figured he came
No
back.
doubt, but take my advice and be content with what you have.
I mean, he's been fired. We'll see.
We'll see.
Thanks, Flower. She twirls her finger in the air, and the rest of Team P2W follow her out. Even Coda, who's trailing at a safe distance. We lost.
There it is.
And yet, we won. Simply by being who we are, by working together and avoiding becoming the toxic monsters that occupy the top of the esports ladder. But now I just want to be a toxic waste monster. There's a simple strength to be found in that truth, one which could be the start of something great. I think I understand why Iris brought me here. They may not be hardcore FOD2 players like Alice's new team, but they are a team. They're friends, they're allies, they're together as one, and I've done my best to support them today. They could do anything they set their minds to. Maybe this is the moment. Maybe I can convince them of that.
Beep beep. This is an intense identity situation. You can only pick a response that matches your top 2 personality traits.
I haven't even been paying attention to what they— Oh my god!
Everything but kindly. everything.
But the fact they're all exactly even, except kindly at 0. Wait, I can't wait to see. How does the coding affect the tiebreak? Because it says top 2. Inverse meta. We even have even flexibles at the same time. Hello, it's me, Satan, a spiteful bitch who refuses to choose the kindly options, apparently.
And then there's the shark.
Who is not the one controlling the stream. Hey!
Horizon desktop.
Alright, I guess that's how it answers. I guess it just picked from the top, like the first 2 of the traits?
Yeah, I
As
guess
the top
so.
2?
I guess so.
But what if I wanted to go with Gutsy? Oh well.
Well, better choose more gutsy. I have no decisions.
I would actually go with the Gutsy here, I think. But it's crossed out, so.
This is the foundation, the first brick. People are going to see that on my video. They're going to see us put 1 over on Team PTW. They're going to be talking about us. Scary.
Maybe the only punchy face scene. What? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Flower. This is a demo. We don't know if there's a punchy face in this one.
Hi, Sullivan.
Though I did want to punch Coda.
I think
Also,
Flower's
hi,
answer will be
Sullivan.
like,
We're almost done.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of half expect that same emote, and you know, I hope so. I want that emote all the time.
Oh, it's a good emote.
Great.
I know not all of you are interested in a Pro Tour run. Go play traffic. Go punchy. But if you have any doubt, if you've even a tiny shred of curiosity about how far you can go, then this is our moment. This is the time. Are you willing to try?
No. Makes sense. Strike out now while we're being noticed. Get sponsors, make it happen. Okay. Okay. I'm in. I'm not very competitive, but that makes sense, yeah. And if Jinx thinks it's a good idea, I'm willing to try. It might be fun. The timing would certainly be on our side if we started now. And being a positive beacon for the community would inspire others. I'm in. Just realized, like, oh, wait, I have all of the study characters, I guess. All 3. You know what, that checks out.
Yeah, that checks out.
Your turn. Oh wait, no. Fuck, this one's still me. Man, I couldn't care less about public image. I just want to get that trophy. I'm obviously in.
I would rather prefer to avoid the spotlight, to be honest. But I shall always defend my friends. Ugh, bad accent, bad accent. Timing's everything, comedy and tragedy. I hope we have it meticulously planned out our own downfall in the process. But I'm willing to see it for myself.
It's happening. My dream. My dream's victory. I found a team willing to go all the way. I've done it. Alright, so right. This is where I need to be.
We can go the distance.
Uh-huh. Hold it. One thing to make absolutely clear. You want to whip this team into something resembling a competitive professional esports crew?
See, I just heard hold it and thought of Phoenix Wright. Hold it! Objection!
You know, I feel like Jinx and Phoenix Wright are very different characters.
Okay, now I can and should go to bed. Yes, please, go to bed. It's almost
You
1 a.m.
really
your
should.
time. Yes? That's what I said.
Thanks for dropping by. And sticking around.
Yeah, thank you
And
so much
like
for
making
sticking
this cool
around.
game.
Yeah. We'll
Have a
see you
good
next
night.
time. Wait, is it already over? Yeah.
Almost. We've been going for almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Sorry, Salavar. But we have a bit more. Don't leave us yet.
Yeah.
Or do. I mean, you can if you need to.
Yeah.
But if you don't need to, and if you would grant us your presence for a little bit longer, we're not quite done yet.
That's what I said.
Okay, because I need to go sleepy beep beep. No, you can go to sleep if you have to go. Don't feel obligated to stick around by any means. Then you are the one responsible for making that happen. You're our new manager.
What? What?
Never had one.
What?
Never needed one. Not until now.
Sounds good here.
You want us to take this seriously? We'll need someone who can network, shake hands, make deals, sign paperwork, make travel arrangements, find sponsors. And since you're so gung-ho about this, that means it's you.
Of course.
Yes, of course. It makes sense. I'm sure you do a great job as team manager. Maybe you could even find a better name for us than Team GCF.
This can't possibly end badly.
Oh, Putty. You have a professional cat herder now. Have fun trying to keep this merry bunch on task, aces. I'd sooner eat glass than take on that job.
What if my idea of keeping people on task is making them eat glass?
That's your answer.
But I say we don't give Aces absolute authority. You saw how that creep who runs P2W just up and fired Coda? None of that. You don't get to access or hire anyone new.
As you wish.
Oh, now I'm sure we can turn to Aces for leadership without them becoming a tyrant. After all, 6 separate tyrannists, yes?
I think that was a threat. Yes, that was a threat.
Yes, that was a threat.
Just a word of advice from someone who's been inside and alongside of esports for years. It's a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work with barely any thanks or praise. And if anyone has a whisper of negativity, you get the full brunt of it. But overall, you'll do great. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. 3 cheers for Manager Aces.
Cheer, cheer, cheer.
I feel like Dom was like, cheer, cheer, cheer. I'm getting excited about this. A pro tour run? Can we really do it? Wow! With someone else doing all the paperwork and heavy business lifting, I'm perfectly okay with this.
Tally-ho!
Friends, to the pizzeria for only the finest and celebratory deep dish pies.
Everyone storms Ben and Matt's pizzeria, intent on scarfing down pepperoni and mozzarella by the pound. Now I want pizza. Damn.
I'm having pizza on Friday.
But now I want pizza, like, now. But that
I'd
I'd have to make pizza.
Well, that's a you decision to make after we finish the stream. AKA in a few minutes.
It's happening. It's really happening. It's happening! Wow! Tomorrow, my new friends and I begin our training for the Pro Tour. We're gonna be a pro esports team.
Can we choose the kindly answer?
Hmm?
Can we choose the kindly answer?
Can we?
Yes, can
Technically, we can. It's not crossed out.
we? Okay, but can we choose the kindly answer? Just one small point of kindly. Just one tiny point of kindly. Come on.
Wow. Domino and Dapper are tie.
Come on, please. Just the one time. Just the 1 point of time.
Don't tell me I never do anything. I've dreamed of victory ever since I was little, my parents praising me for my accomplishments. That warm, wonderful feeling of pride and happiness.
I can't say you never gave me anything. There was that shirt that suddenly showed up at my doorstep the one day.
I also, bought you things. You had to pay me back for them, but I didn't charge you, shipping or anything. And now, I'll be able to seek my dreams alongside new friends. I'll support their dreams and they'll support mine. Together, we can accomplish anything. Get ready, 20XX. Your new challengers are here.
Roll credits. No, seriously, roll credits.
Well, roll end of level.
You've completed this demo of Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. Victory! Let's take a look at your scores. Ooh, you're in Zap Precise to be sure.
Interesting how it chooses.
You're proving to be level-headed, rational, and honest. Great! Thank you so much for playing. We hope to see you again when Arcade Spirits, the new challengers, launches in early 2022. Which is in a few months.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck this year went.
The same place 2020 went.
Okay, so thanks for joining for our 3-hour playthrough of the 60 minutes if you read it out loud demo.
60 minutes.
Uh-huh. And, 2.5 if you're aces. Since we did spend 40 minutes on the character creating.
No.
Alright.
That's true.
Those of you who need to get to bed, go to bed.
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. Bye!
Okay, good night, bye.